public perception about me is completely gone. So I had nothing else to lose at this point. If I lose you, one of the last things I had to lose over it, I'm genuinely sorry. I genuinely am.
No, you're not. You're not sorry. You don't feel bad about anything. He's such an actor. This guy should be in like a CW show. He's such a good actor. It's not very convincing, but he is an actor perpetually. He's been acting his entire life. He's a method actor. He's been acting since he was born. You're not going to believe this. Boogie admitted to faking cancer back in April, and no one actually heard what he was saying. Let's see this. Boogie tries to give up on his life. So this is from before the faking cancer allegations. Let's see this.
And I said, I asked the internet for help in 2022.
April 5th, 2024. When did the Boogie fake cancer thing start? Tom Dark Boogie. This is from a month ago. So this is from July, and this is from April. This is old.
2022. And I did it wrong. I fumbled, like 100%. I fumbled. I wasn't fully diagnosed. My doctor told me it was possible. He told me that he saw signs of it. I made
What?
the video because I knew that I was going to need money one way or the other. I should have waited till I got the diagnosis. I should have waited. I should have mentioned the cancer scare. When I made the video, I panicked. I fucked up. I deserve everything I got.
They're not even listening.
I deserve it. Like I said earlier, I deserve it. And that's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so he says right there in the clip, months before this all went down and we realized it, months before Destiny got involved, he said, I didn't know I was diagnosed with cancer. I said it anyway. I was going to need money other way, so I just said it. What a scumbag, bro. What a... I mean, we already knew. He already said it, but Jesus Christ. Even before this happened? So why did he even deny it when Destiny got on stream? Did he not realize that he had said that before somehow? But what explanation is there for this? They're not even paying attention. They're probably just sick of listening to Boogie, but Jesus, bro. I mean, it's clear as day. Clear as day. Wow. Wow. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, speaking of Boogie, there is a video by Willie Mack I've been meaning to watch. I haven't watched it in a while. I've been meaning to watch for a while, but I haven't. It's kind of an older
Boogie2988.
It's a little dated. But it's a video titled Boogie2988, The Eternal Victim, A History of Lies and Deceit. Now, I've covered a lot of Boogie stuff before. I may cover some of this stuff on the main channel, but this is a video going over apparently all of his lies. It's a long one. So I'm excited to get into this and see a history collected.
Boogie2988, once known as the internet nice guy,
Coming at you live once again through the power of the internet.
who made a living off making fun of himself and being positive, has now been exposed for over a decade's worth of lies, ranging from his mental and physical health to swattings, car accidents, crypto scams, hookers, the N-word, and yes, even
Hookers, the N-word.
cancer.
Lying about the N-word. The worst thing you can lie about, by the way. Lying about the N-word allegations is disgusting.
And every time he gets confronted on his lies, he lies more to cover it up by either feigning principles, shifting blame.
Boogie can confirm that he has polycythemia vera, and he actually has like a doctor confirmation of the blood cancer. I'll throw $5,000 towards his medical treatment. I'll make that personal pledge right now.
You know, he says go f yourself there, but we just watched this clip where he admitted to it in April. Like he admitted to everything Destiny is saying. Like look at that clip and then look at this.
And I said, I asked the internet for help in 2022. And I did it wrong. I fumbled, like 100%. I fumbled. I wasn't fully diagnosed. My doctor told me it was possible. He told me that he saw...
Like in modern day, he was like, I thought I had cancer. I really did. Or he's like, I knew it. That's what polycythemia vera is. It's a cancer diagnosis.
Signs of it. I made the video because I knew that I was going to need money one way or the other.
He said, I know he's going to need money one way or the other. So he literally admits he did it for money. He announced it because he wanted money. And even though he didn't really know if he had cancer.
I should have waited till I got the diagnosis.
He said he didn't wait till he got the diagnosis.
I should have waited. I should have mentioned the cancer scare. When I made the video, I panicked. I fucked up. I deserve everything I got. I deserve it, like I said earlier.
And then he was crying about it after the fact. Amazing. Fire and amazing. Good guy, Boogie. Always honest.
No, You're not seeing my medical records for 20, not for 50. You're not seeing my medical records.
$5,000.
Ordinary Gamers is offering $50,000.
Make it 200. Make it $1 million.
Him singing.
He gets caught lying about being swatted, and he says his FBI friend put him up to it.
I have a friend who works for the FBI,
myself.
and I asked him how to deal with the online harassment that I
What
get
a
from a certain subreddit.
But his favorite tactic is hiding behind his mental health.
I don't
No, dude, I was in the middle of a panic attack after
Oh, shut up.
3 days of not.
I was in the middle of a panic attack. Yeah, you're always in the middle of a panic attack.
I am mentally
ill. I
do believe him there. The thing with Boogie is like, okay, here's the take. I don't know if this is gonna be a hot take, but here's the take. Okay, Boogie is severely mentally ill. We know that. He is a pathological liar. We know that. And I don't think that his illness excuses what he does, or he shouldn't be held accountable when he does something because of his illness. But I do genuinely believe that Boogie, when he lies, I don't even know that it's super calculated. I don't even know that he does like a cost-benefit analysis. Like most people when they lie, as shitty as lying is, they're thinking like, okay, what's the chance that the person I'm lying to is going to find out? How bad is the lie? Am I doing something wrong by lying about this? Like, is it like a super egregious lie, or is it more of a white lie, like kind of whatever? What's the consequence going to be? Does the consequence outweigh the benefit I may get in the short term from lying? Like, this is a calculation people do in their head before they lie. Boogie lies pathologically. He can't even help himself. He just does it, and he worries about the consequences later. Now, I think he does have some kind of thing in his head where he's like, okay, if I lie, then, you know, there's a benefit from it. People pity me, whatever. Right? I think that does happen a little bit. But I don't know that it's a super active decision. I think he just does it because he in the past, he's been validated for by people in his real life who weren't able to call him out. But now that he's on the internet, people can track his entire history and see the history of lies. And like, you said this at this point, you said this at this point, that's inconsistent. Why'd you say that? So it's clear. But I honestly don't think he's like thinking in his head, like, I'm going to lie about this. Like, these are the costs, benefits, whatever. Like, I'm going to do it. I think it's more just like he does it pathologically. It's a mental illness. He's crazy. I do believe that.
out of my mind with anxiety.
Hey man, you're a felon who has all these terrible rumors about you. Who's going to hire you to be working in your company? Also, you're disabled. Also, you have no education. Also, you have no work history.
You'll never know what it's like to live with actual mental illness. I'm in a very dangerous place. I'm a 400-pound, 50-year-old man. That's goddamn rare.
And when people continue to press him on his lies until he can't lie anymore, he melts down.
That is the f***ing lie. He won't be.
No,
he told me
no,
to, right?
no.
Oh my God, bro. With the knife. Once again, they're like baiting. So, like, I've never seen a more clear case for baiting in my life. Most of the time on the internet, if you call someone out for baiting, you get a ton of shit, right? Because people who are genuinely mentally ill, sometimes they will really want to kill themselves and someone has to stop them, right? And it's like, it's generally shitty to like hedge your bets on like, this guy's baiting, this guy's full of shit, he's not going to do it, he's looking for attention. But with Boogie, it's so obvious and it's so clear that people will just say it right away. That's why Destiny's smiling there.
Oh, no.
Piece of shit.
Is this what we have to do?
Can I destroy someone's fucking life? Because I don't want to destroy somebody's life! Because I don't want to destroy somebody's life! It's a status quo for me. It's to show the f up, and let me show you how I handle status quo.
Why do you keep threatening to shoot me? This is weird.
Because I'm going to kill you and take pleasure doing it.
I'm going to take pleasure in doing it. He's going Patrick Bateman mode. I'm going to take pleasure in you. I'm going to love it, and it's going to be right, and I'm going to be base, and people are going to love me for it.
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to take pleasure. Fuck.
Knock this out of the park.
I begged you not to make me talk about
I begged you.
this on the show.
I begged you.
I begged you.
You crushed it.
I begged you. I begged you. I begged you, Dan.
I begged you, Dan. Calling Keemstar Dan. I begged you, Dan. Boogie's boob maxing. Yeah, he's got some triple D's over there based.
Well, it sure can be. Sometimes not so much. But you guys make it a lot better for me than it probably deserves to be.
What a good intro.
Guys, let me say thank you for the follows. Thanks for the donations. Thanks for the love. I'll try to be back Sunday. And hopefully by Sunday, I'll be sane.
Yeah, big chance of that.
Hopefully by Sunday, I'll be sane. Pretty unlikely, though.
He is a fat liar with a tendency to dramatize everything and freak out and start crying and making outlandish statements. And I think it's funny as
Don't hurt my dog. Don't hurt my roommate. I don't give a f what happens
you think
to
I want
me.
to hurt anybody is really crazy. You are.
You are hurting me, Frank. You are hurting me.
I don't know if this is necessarily illegal, no YouTuber's been charged for it yet, but it feels like it should be. Just like those monthly subscriptions you sign up for, forget about, but are still charged with every month. I was paying for 2 monthly.
All right, you got me. You got me.
He's had over a decade of lies on this website. It doesn't matter if it's him saying he was clinically diagnosed with bipolar and PTSD, only to say he was never diagnosed years later.
Wait, what? Big Polar has never been diagnosed. I just didn't have bad mood swings. Never claimed to be diagnosed. What? You did. Wait, even this is a lie? He definitely has something. I don't think he knows what he has, and I wouldn't be surprised if he lied about a diagnosis, but it's I know I just went on the rant about how he's like a pathological liar and he doesn't even think about it, but like, it's so crazy when you can't even, like, it's not even just that he lies, it's he follows it up with, I've never claimed that. I've never said that. I would never say that. Like, he doesn't even know where he is. He doesn't even know his name. He's told so many lies he can't even remember when he lied at what point.
Later, when questioned, the guy can't even be truthful about a car accident. People would criticize Boogie filming while driving, and that same day Boogie would crash his car into a ditch. People would pile on Boogie for this, so he would conjure up this wild tale about why he's innocent. Thank you guys for making me buckle up and get off my phone. A semi-truck driver in front of me had a stroke. It caused a big pile up that I
Okay, that did not happen. That's not true at all. This is a lie.
Unfortunately was a part of.
Any grandiose story Boogie tells like that, where he's like, guys, I almost died this morning. Not true. No, instantly don't believe.
Sam in Tokyo was a subreddit dedicated to check.
He accuses mom of Munchausen. Munchausen happened when I was a kid. Can't have that as an adult on his own. Big Polar was never diagnosed. I just tend to have bad mood swings. The dissociation is part of PTSD. Look it up. Yeah, that's how you handle your diagnoses, right? You just look them up.
Checking Boogie's lies, and they found it very odd that there was no news report on a pile.
I'm really curious about if anyone's gone through his history of talking about his childhood abuse, because that's obviously a really touchy issue. Like with the baiting thing, it's hard to get right. It's hard to do right, but I wouldn't be shocked if Boogie lied about that at this point at all. I wouldn't be shocked if he's just had a life of pathologically lying to make people feel bad for him, and he did lie about that. It wouldn't shock me. You know, because with Boogie at this point, I can't believe anything he says at face value. I'm going to basically assume it's a lie unless I have direct evidence of it going on.
Up involving a truck driver who had a stroke. So Boogie posted a ticket he got from the cop to show that it was true. It's funny because it doesn't prove anything. If he took a photo of the actual pileup, then that would be something, but he didn't, I guess. But the code on the ticket was for distracted driving, making it seem like he just drove into a ditch, which is the only picture he posted.
He caused the pile up.
Who cares? I can't prove anything either way, but for Boogie, it's code red. He uploads an entire video defending himself, adding...
He's been talking about his abuse for over 10 years, so it might not be a lie. It might not be, but he's been talking about the cancer thing for years, and that was clearly a lie. So I frankly, I'm not saying it is the case. I'm just saying I wouldn't put it past him. You know, I would be curious to see someone go through his history of talking about that and see the inconsistencies that may be there.
So much detail, it has to be a lie.
I totaled my 2005 Buick LeSabre. And there's a lot of rumors surrounding it. Address those rumors and dispel some of those rumors because some of them are so outlandish, I can't believe it.
Anytime he says something like this, where he's playing the victim, he's acting like rumors are outlandish, I immediately assume he's lying. Once again, you got to assume he's lying because he's been full of shit so many times on every single case like this.
I should have never been on my phone to begin with. Not because it caused the accident, because that's not what caused the accident, but because it's never a good idea. It's called distracted driving, and people have explained to me that distracted driving is just as deadly as drunk driving.
His ticket was for distracted driving, but he's never going to address that.
And if I had been...
Why do people want to be a victim so badly? Not just Boogie, but in general. Never understood the mindset. Well, just look at it this way. When you're a victim, if you have nothing going on and you can then become a victim, there's a few things you get. First of all, you get a bunch of people feeling bad for you, right? Which some people really like because it, you know, it feels like someone cares about them. So there's that. And secondly, when you get rewarded for it, you get rewarded for that pity. You don't have to actually work for anything because instead of getting a claim for something good you did, you get a claim for something bad that happened to you. So that's why people like to be victims. That's why they like victimhood, because it feels good to get credit and, you know, solace and be like, you're such a survivor for something that you went through that you didn't have to put work into in the first place. And I don't think you shouldn't feel bad for victims who are genuinely, you know, shit on in life and have shitty things happen. But there is a point when it's like, move the f on, you know. And with Boogie, he just lies.
Been on my phone while driving. In this particular instance, in this accident, I certainly would have plowed directly into the back end of this car, and I might have myself, but more importantly, I might have the people in front of me. The good news is the car in front of me, nobody got hurt, nobody got injured. They went from the car wreck to a...
Imagine getting rear-ended by Boogie. Imagine you get rear-ended, you're like, oh, who's this fucking asshole? You look in your rearview mirror, and it's like, it's Boogie. It's like, oh, I'm going to ask for his insurance, and he's going to tell me how he's going to kill himself if I ask.
And then rented their enterprise rent-a-car in the morning and continued their day. And of course, all that's according to the state trooper. I don't know them personally, but this is what the state trooper told me.
There's no
I doubt he said that to you.
way the trooper told you that. What, did he go home with these people? Did he inform you the next day? It makes no sense. Here's another stupid lie. After Boogie's divorced, he was accused of dating a 20-year-old woman because he was sugar daddying her. Not very on brand for the nice guy of YouTube. So Boogie denied this, tweeting, Boogie paid that girl. That would work, I guess. Also, treating her nice and being cool and being
He did sugar daddy her, right? This is the what's her name, Fox or something. Beautiful, lovely sweetie pie Fox or something. He did pay her, and I think he admitted to it at some point on the H3 podcast. He did. Treating her nice and being cool to her and being a good, successful, happy person that she could be attracted to also works. Yeah, all things that are used to describe you commonly. But this is from 2018. This is before Boogie's like serious downfall started. He was like already hated. People shit on him, but it wasn't like the Boogie hate era I feel like didn't really start till like 2019, 2020. That's when like the real shit went on. People were calling him out. There were a few videos, but I don't think it was like to a high level yet. He still had some credibility. I mean, he has 2,000 likes on that tweet. He'd be hard pressed to get 100 likes on a tweet nowadays.
A good, successful, happy person that she could be attracted to also works. It's a lot cheaper too. Lucy Fox would upload a video saying
Paying her? No comment.
she was a cam girl, and that Boogie cried about his problems all day, was annoying, and didn't financially support her enough.
I was pretty much taking care of him every day. If you know what I do for a job, then you know I have to be at home in order to be on cam. Well, I couldn't do that because it would turn into an argument every time I tried to leave. Why are you trying to leave me? You know I need somebody right now. Blah, 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 blah.
He probably did say that stuff. She didn't have a lot of evidence at the time, I think, but, you know, Boogie is the type of guy who you say you want to break up with him, and he's like, I'm going to blow my brains out if you do that. You know, Boogie is the type of guy. Boogie is the type of guy. I can't deny that.
End the video by saying Boogie was dating other girls who were younger than her.
And the fact that I know that he's doing this to other people, to other girls that are younger than me, makes me very upset.
Boogie would go on Drama Alert denying everything, framing her as a gold digger, but again, that's the entire accusation. That's the entire point of the sugar daddy site Boogie was using.
No, she's a girl who's...
Wait, his name was Southern King? Hold on.
Accusation. That's the entire point of the sugar daddy site Boogie was...
Southern King. Southern King. You can see him mewing in that picture there with his Game of Thrones background. Very cool. 46, male, Fayetteville, Arkansas, United States. Talk is cheap. Let's meet. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Let's meet. Look at that picture of him with the mask on. Should have worn the siege mask, Boogie. My BWW. He is definitely you know, some kind of whale type creature. Beached. Get him back in the water.
Was using.
No, she's a girl who's always needed a little help from time to time, you know, and I don't know, I don't know what to say about that. I'm not gonna dox her. I'm not gonna talk about our personal conversations. I don't feel comfortable doing anything like that. But she's, you know, yeah, I mean, you know, everybody needs money, right?
Hakeem has a booger in his beard this episode, so apologies for that.
At the end of the video, she referred to
Whoa, he does.
herself.
No, that's a popcorn kernel.
Your favorite hooker or something like that. Is she a hooker, or what is she referring
Favorite
to?
hooker.
That's a
What is that? A booger? What is that? Did he trim his beard improperly?
joke that I like. There's a bunch of people on the internet that
Based.
when they found out I dated a girl,
I don't want to see this. Why are you zooming in for 10 years on it?
they're like, oh, she clearly must be a hooker.
I don't want to
She
see Keem's
clearly
beard
must be doing it
booger.
for money. She clearly must
Stop.
be trying to get, you know,
Stop.
money from us. So I leaned into the meme, which I guess was a huge mistake, but I was always joking.
Keem's faces are so funny during these drama alerts. I used to watch them on mute to just see his reaction, to see him be like, he'd be like eating his popcorn, like, oh. Fire.
I'd always joke, yeah, I'm banging hookers. I'm having sex with hookers.
Is Zen addictive? Well, there's nicotine, so of course.
I don't know. I just leaned into the meme, which is stupid.
Looking back, this is just another lie. It's crazy how he would eventually admit to banging loads of hookers.
I'm a former sex worker escort, and Boogie2988 was one of my clients. I'm from LA, and I get a message on this website, you can probably guess which one, from this guy who looked a lot like Boogie.
I took women.
Say, wait, what was that profile?
You can probably guess which.
Beaten and Bruised was his name, with a picture of him in the H3 podcast in the bio. People pleaser who needs to be pleased. Well, I'm sure a lot of people in chat want to please Boogie. This is crazy. Him and Markiplier. You put a picture of you and Markiplier and you and Jimmy here and you and the Soy Jack guy in your dating profile. That is fire. I like that, actually. That is cool. This is the Soy Jack guy, right? Right here? Isn't that him? I've seen that guy. I feel like that is one of the Soy Jacks. One of the classics.
One from this guy who looked a lot like Boogie.
I took women on vacations, and I took them out to...
This amount of money, I'm pretty sure, is a lie, by the way, too. I don't think he actually spent that much. I'm pretty sure he greatly inflated and exaggerated the amount of money, once again, for pity.
fancy dinners, and I took them to like Disneyland and shit.
$40K a year.
Why do I have 2 beds? One for me and one for my hooker. One for me and one for my hooker.
Don't do it.
One for me and one for my hooker. One for me and one for the hooker. One for me and one for my hooker.
This was not just a meme. Eventually, the Reddit would find.
There's no reason to do that. There's just no reason to do that, Boogie, frankly. There's no reason. There's no reason to shake your ass on the bed like that, okay? Not good. Not good. Anytime I've twerked on stream, that's been ironic meta-irony, but when he did it, bad.
Find out that Boogie had a Seeking.com account, which again is a sugar daddy website. Boogie would finally admit on Reddit that it is true, saying, I met Lucy Fox on Seeking, but she's the only girl I've ever met on there. Once I discovered the caliber of girl you might meet on there, I was kind.
Once again, admits a lie, follows it up with a new lie. Follows it up with, I don't mind admitting it. Well, you did mind admitting it before, so what the f is wrong with you?
Kind of done with it. But unfortunately for Boogie, this website shows that the account was still active. Someone would call Boogie out on this, asking why he was still updating his profile pictures then. And he was like, well, I still use it. I might meet someone there. And the guy replied,
what? But at the beginning of the last one, he was like, I've never met anyone else. I don't want to anymore. Once I discovered the caliber of girl. But now he's like, well, I still will use it to look around. What is wrong with you? Had as much luck on Bumble as I did there, and that's free. Yeah, I can't imagine why someone on a real dating app that you don't have to pay wouldn't want to be around you. I can't imagine that, you know? It's not like you're a 400-pound broke idiot who makes shitty YouTube videos and has a, you know, history of pathological lying. I mean, that would be crazy, right? That'd be crazy.
So you were pretty much lying when you said you were done with the site. And Boogie says, no, you misunderstood. I said I was done dating from there, but I still use it to window shop. This Reddit would spell the beginning of the end for Boogie. It was clearly gaining traction.
You're using it to window shop, but isn't the point of window shopping that you can then like date or meet up with one of those girls and pay them to have sex? Like what? What?
Living rent-free in his head. He'd go on to say that they were worse than Nazis.
I'm going to be the next Dark Side Phil. I'm going to be the next Wings of Redemption. I'm going to spend every day online to keep you busy so you don't do it to somebody else.
What the fuck are you saying? Wait, I gotta rewind that. What is he saying there?
Dark Side Phil, I'm gonna be.
He'd go on to say that they were worse than Nazis.
I'm gonna be the next Dark Side Phil. I'm gonna be the next Wings of Redemption. I'm gonna spend every day online to keep you busy so you don't do it to somebody else.
He's a martyr, guys. He's taking the heat so DSP doesn't get it, okay? He is valiantly accepting the attention from trolls who hate lolcows and make fun of them and document them because he's taking the heat off. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Listen, he's like a human shield. In fairness, you know, in battle, I think he probably would make a good human shield. He probably would. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
So bring it. But I want you to know, I think you are the lowest of the low. I think you are the worst of the worst. I think that there are Nazis out there who, even though they are Nazis, they are more redeemable than you. Because
so someone who wants to exterminate all Jews and somebody who violates a woman's consent by burying his in her when she doesn't want it and traumatizes her forever is more redeemable than someone who calls Boogie a fat in his chat. That is like, I don't know how he thought he could get away with that. Once again, I feel like it's like pathological lying and delusion. I can't imagine this guy has thought this out at all. Like, this is not a reasonable person to trust on literally anything. That is insane. I've seen this clip for years. That is so funny though.
Because at least they're doing something they believe in.
Like when you believe in exterminating minorities. Boogie says that they believe in that. They believe in rape. What? Bro, at least they believe in going gorilla mode now and again. Hey, who am I to argue, Boogie? Oh my god.
Hating Jews.
They may be.
I just believe in something, you know, at least I believe in something. Boogie himself defended me. If you need something stronger, I mean, let me know. I'll clarify.
Pieces of garbage. They may be pieces of shit. They may harm other people, but at least they believe what they stand for. Even a disgusting piece of shit.
What do you think believe in? What are they like? What ideology do they believe in? Do you think they have like a cogent, like their political ideology? We fight against consent. Like what is he thinking here? Stop goon-maxing, turn to Christ. Good advice.
Is better than you.
It's important to remember
the creed. Yeah. The creed. They hold signs outside of like Capitol Hill. They're like, no means yes. No means yes. No means yes. They have the Mr. Beast line from his document. No never means no. No never means no. rights now. Is that what he thinks these people do?
Remember that Boogie is a coward, so the minute he got heat for this take, he doesn't own it, he doesn't even walk it back. Instead, he hides behind Christina Grimmie, who was murdered by her stalker.
I'm going to try to clarify this one more time. Tonight on stream, I said something very controversial, and I'm going to stand by it here. But I want to make sure you understand, I'm not talking about internet critics. I'm not talking about trolls. I'm not talking about assholes on Twitter. I'm not talking about anybody who hurts your feelings.
Yes, you were. You're just lying.
You weren't even talking about Christina Grimmie in the clip at all. He wasn't even mentioning her.
I'm talking about the guy who killed Christina Grimmie. I'm talking about the guy who...
No, you weren't. And why would you say that the guy who killed, even if that is the argument, why would you say the guy who killed Christina Grimmie is worse than someone who rapes a girl? Like, I guess because they killed someone, they're worse than someone who raped someone, like, taking their life. But it's still, like, what an insensitive, crazy comparison to make. What the f is wrong with you? Hadn't she just died, too? Like, what is wrong with you? Isn't it obvious he's ill? I mean, yeah. No, he's sane. He's sane.
Tried to kill Gavin and Meg.
There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes.
I'm talking about harassers and stalkers and swatters and people who show up at your front door and try to end your f***ing life.
Why is a swatter worse than a like, what is the comparison here?
These people are the scum of the f***ing earth. I think they're just as bad as Nazis. I think they're just as...
I feel like they're not. I feel like somebody who, like, I mean, I guess it depends on his, like, the context of the word Nazi, but if he's talking about, like, literal Nazis from, like, the Holocaust, like, I feel like that is worse than, like, a swatter. I feel like the systematic genocide of the Jewish people is probably worse than someone who swats someone, maybe, like, probably. I think. Probably.
It's as bad as... And they make people like me fear for our lives every single day. And these people. And again...
Yo, Sean West in chat. That is a bass song. Yeah, that Nickelback song is fire. True.
You don't have to like that opinion, but I stand by it.
Trolling Boogie on Reddit is definitely a life sentence. His viewer count fell off in 2019, where he would then put a lot of suicidal implications on his viewers if they stopped watching.
I'm hoping when I get too old, I just get assisted medical rather than go that way than an agonizing death. Yeah, I hear you. I think, and this is my opinion, I think when the time comes, I'm going to have no problem pulling the trigger or, like, once I've fully given up hope, you know, once I've fully given up hope, once I'm fully ready to go, once the internet has forgotten about me and you guys don't need me anymore and I'm not needed around anymore. And if I haven't found a wife and I haven't had kids or something like that, and I haven't had the life that I, wanted for myself, and I'm just miserable and alone, I don't think I'll have any problem pulling the trigger.
This would make people more angry, fueling the Reddit more, bringing everything into question, even Boogie's abuse.
Yeah, like as soon as he gets criticism, he's instantly like, "You guys make me want to die, and I'm going to do it." I don't think he's ever had any intention. I think he probably likes himself quite a bit. He says he hates himself. I just don't. I don't really buy it. You know. If he did, he would like have a serious self-reflection. Maybe he hates himself in moments, but ultimately what that leads to him doing is just like begging for pity on the internet, saying he's going to change, which never happens. Hey Turkey Twink wanted to say keep up the great work. Thank you for the 5. I am not a twink. I have escaped the twink status. Not the case. Okay? Not the case. As Glink says in chat, I'm a big boy now. Okay? I'm a big boy now. I've escaped the twink allegations. Okay? Rescind your accusation now. Rescind. Thank you for the 5, but rescind. Do not redeem. Do not redeem. Okay. The painted nails era. It's gone. It's over. I've escaped. Okay. I've escaped. I've escaped. Okay. I've escaped. I met Boogie in real life, cringe personified. I met him too. It was that's like the least of it. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. There is no Twinkie Tom. Twinkie Tom's over. We're on a different arc, okay? Respect on my name. Respect on my name.
Examples are Boogie going back and forth between saying his parents molested him and...
I got molested, but not my parents.
I was as a kid.
Molested, but not... What is like the delineation? Isn't that kind of the same thing? I was taped as a kid. Maybe who I am. Is good? No. Do I look who I am? Yes. Some good came out of my... You understand? Bruh. I may have been... Is a good thing? Obviously not. But I think some good things did come out of it. So from that perspective, I think you should understand my position. Like, what? Would any real victim say this? I mean, maybe if they're really coping about what happened and like trying to justify it and like forgive the person who did it, like maybe, but I don't know. I'm believing this less and less with time. Terminal Tom, true. I'm on the edge, but I don't know, man. This is why I'm starting to question the Boogie allegations, because on one hand he'll say he was molested, not, and then he'll be like, well, I was, but it was actually fine. So it's like, I don't know. He might be lying. He might be. Maybe it's uncouth to say, but I don't know.
It made me who I am.
Could be redeemable. My parents.
What?
Me.
I got molested, but not
redeemable. Redeemable? Really? Is it really? If you rape someone, is that redeemable? Like a rape assumes a lot of steps, right? A rape assumes like a lot of steps. Like implies like actively violating someone's consent despite them clearly expressing that they don't want it, to take like the most sacred thing that you can from someone, I'd say, or like one of the most sacred things. Like it shows like a clear pattern. Like it's not like you don't just fall into a rape, right? It's like a clear thing you think about before you do it. Like with these people, you can't just accidentally, oh, my dick slipped in, or that's not how it works. Like it's such like a clear line of things that happen. It's redeemable? What do you mean it's redeemable? What does that even mean? If I found out someone I met had raped a girl, I would want to kill that guy. And it's not because I'm like a cool white knight. It's because like that person is like, what? You obviously never sleepwalked based. Like, but that person like is you can't be around them. They're like a danger to society. Like that person should not be around in average society. Like redeemable? What do you mean redeemable? Put them in jail. Forever. Thank you, Freaky Dicky Doe, for becoming a member.
My parents. I don't think it makes him a liar just because he's using the two words interchangeably. He was a kid. It's weird to challenge him on this. So Boogie would finally break.
Is it? I don't know. It's Boogie. I kind of would not be surprised if it didn't even happen. A few tins of Zin on me. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Bro, Zins are, in Maine at least, Zins are crazy expensive now. I went to, well, crazy. I'm me. I can deal with it. But like, I went to the smoke shop when Wendigan was here and I got some Zins. And the price was, the price of the tin of Zin is like $5, but I think they charge like $7.50. And the guy was like, yeah, the price went up. You notice that? And I was like, no, why'd that happen? He's like, oh, well, it's because the state is now putting like a 40% something tax on Zins. I was like, what the f? That's crazy. They were like, everybody's buying this. How do we make some crazy money on it? They charge $9 in Texas? That's crazy. You strike me as a cool mint kind of guy. Funny you say that. I don't know if you can read that because of the green screen, but that is cool mint. They're $5.50 in Ohio. I think they were around that in Maine, but they jumped up by a couple bucks.
Break, making a video responding to the Reddit. He'd clear up some claims like begging his chat for car payment donations and addressing some edgy jokes.
Parents still alive by chance? Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
And are your parents still together?
No.
Okay, all right. So maybe I should take point then.
But ignoring his vast catalog of lies, he
I mean, that part was a little funny.
said his biggest mistake was dating a woman that was half his age.
One of the biggest mistakes I think I had ever made, because I dated somebody literally half my age.
And
wow. Next frame. Lol. Yeah, that's going really well.
Hindsight, he's clearly lying here too. His current girlfriend is 30 years younger than him. This video would not change public perception, leading to him deleting it, and with the new growing hate, Boogie would double in his efforts in playing the victim.
I would rather hurt myself than hurt anybody else. Hurting somebody else is quite literally the opposite of who and what I am.
YouTubers would come together to make a support group for Boogie, and they all ended up hating him.
I put together a group chat of 50 YouTubers. I'm talking the biggest YouTubers.
We filled it to the max.
Think of the biggest YouTubers in the platform. They were.
James Charles, David Dobrik, and PewDiePie were in it? No, they were not. No way.
In there. Tom was in there. Chad was in there. And our whole goal was to stop Boogie from killing himself. He told everyone over the summer.
Well, I guess you succeeded in that, but I don't know if it was your fault. He just never would have done it. You guys know that clip of there was this VidCon where Boogie was going around telling everyone he was going to off himself, and BG Cumby met him? Yeah, this video. This video's based. I love this video.
Oh, you're recording? A little bit, yeah.
Gotta make this quick. Boogie's Uber is coming. Pick a number between
1 to 15.
37. No. 12.
All right.
I wasn't at this VidCon, but I remember hearing about it. I think people told me that Boogie was like sitting on a bench at one point, and people would come over and be like, "What's up?" He'd be like, "Man, I think I'm gonna end my life," and they're like, "What?" He at one point did this to me too. He told me, he messaged me. I think when I was like, I might have been 17 at the time. I don't remember. It was years ago, 17 or 18. I don't remember, but I made some video about Boogie, and I think he messaged me. He was like, "Hey man, appreciate the video, but you make me want to kill myself, so I have to block you." And I was like, "Oh, all right." Jeez, wow.
That's the first question. First question. You know how Hitler, he was a failed painter, right? And that's why he became Hitler, right? Do you think the next Hitler will be a failed YouTuber?
No comment?
Okay, that's a pretty interesting take on it. I'm not sure if people actually be shocked, but
No, I wouldn't be shocked at all.
Hey, if I ever fail at YouTube, you guys know what I'm getting up to.
Yeah, at this point, I would be surprised if it wouldn't be a new YouTuber.
Is that your opinion?
No, I don't think so. Okay. Maybe. Yes, it is. Give me more questions.
Oh, more questions.
They can wait.
All right. Speaking of Hitler, what do you think about the YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki? And don't give me the politically correct answer. Feel free to say whatever's on your mind.
I will tell you exactly what I feel about Susan. I saw an interview with her the other day, and she was literally the most miserable person I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, contribute to that. I borderline harass her with my shirtless videos.
I mean, honestly, I've been shirtless, and every time I do, she's just like, those tits are so fine. I wish I had those tits.
She's lovely.
Whoa.
I am too.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
I wonder if she saw this.
Look good.
You look good too.
Give me one more question.
The new teeth and everything. What's your favorite thing to fab to online?
So I am a bit of a brony, if I'm not lying to you, because that shit's hot. You ever watch it?
All right, interesting revelation there. Boogie faps to bronies. I didn't know that. Wow.
This last summer, 2019, he was going to kill himself. So we decided that we would save him. Every single one of us took time out of our days.
We decided we would save him. I mean, to be honest, I think you needed to call a wellness check rather than make a group chat of people. I think that was a better solution rather than having like David Dobrik be like, "Boogie, I don't think you should do it, but you should be in my vlog." I think you probably should have just called a wellness check.
Talked to him on
But
the
in fairness, if you did that, Boogie probably would have claimed you swatted him.
phone for hours.
My time, the time out of my day was, don't listen to these retards in the group chat. Go see you fat prick.
True.
Regardless, we spent hours and hours talking to him. And he would not take any of our advice. And it became very clear that this dude wanted attention. He liked people calling him and talking to him on the phone, trying to help him more than actually fixing the problem. And that's what he was seeking.
At this time, Idem said he was going to content cop Boogie, but he didn't because Boogie threatened to off himself if he did.
You're a sick, twisted, manipulated...
Did Idem say that? I don't remember that. Did he say he was going to do a video about Boogie? A Boogie content cop would have been amazing. I really wish we got that. Especially because Boogie wouldn't have done it. I don't really blame iDubbbz for not making it if that's true. But dude, were we going to get a Boogie content cop? That would have been an amazing video, bro. Imagine the skits in like a fat suit. Oh my God. Dude, Boogie's debating ruined our chances of getting another content cop. Damn. Damn! That's the worst thing he's done.
Motherfucker that was willing to go and stop criticism on you by threatening to kill yourself. What kind of selfish, manipulating are you? Oh, iDubbbz, if you make a content cop on me, I'm going to kill myself. Like, you literally said that to him. You said that to all of his friends. You said it to every YouTuber you knew, so you would spread the word out to try to stop criticism. That's how bad and twisted and manipulative you are.
Boogie spilled his woes to one of the people from the Reddit asking, "Would you like to know 3 things that nobody knows about my personal life? I dated a 43-year-old woman for 6 months last year." Bro, you're 50, who cares? He says he lost 2 friends for not killing himself and that he's writing a book. Again, who cares?
I doubt he dated a 43-year-old woman, honestly. I just doubt that happened. Not even because it's like implausible that he could date someone, but it's just like anytime he says something like where he's like, "You want to know something?" and then he says it, I think it's a lie. The only stuff I believe is true that Boogie says is stuff that other people confirm about him and prove to be, true over time. I don't believe anything Boogie says on its face, especially when he's like trying to make himself seem like a victim. Imagine if I'm 22. Imagine if I was like, "Guys, you want to know something about me? I dated a 20-year-old girl and I feel so f***ed up about it." Like, what? Why? Well, she was just way younger than me. She was the experience gap. She was 2 years younger than me. Like, it's what are you even saying? You're seeking sympathy because you dated someone that was 7 years younger than you and you're 50? You're 50? What are you talking about? Was she actually 12 or something? I'm not implying he did that. I'm just saying, like, what even is the reason to say something like that?
But this next part is Boogie begging the person to stay away from the Reddit. Get away from that hive mind. They are sad, scary, dangerous people. They have swatted me. I've been swatted twice this month already. Now, the guy from the Reddit takes offense to this because they never encouraged anyone to swat Boogie. So he, of course, leaks it, and Boogie has to change his story.
Okay, I put up with it for long enough. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it, but some of the parasocialness is crazy. So, Shinko, you're banned in chat. Goodbye. Can't tolerate too much of that. I want to date you. Sorry. We're talking about drama. You're not here to be my parasocial girlfriend. Goodbye.
Obviously, I have no way of knowing who swatted me, and I never said that I did. I just said I got swatted twice last month. The Reddit at this point smelled blood in the water, and they looked at the Fayetteville police record, showing that Boogie was swatted 3 times that year, but none of them were in December like he claimed. Boogie, being Boogie, can't keep his mouth shut, so he starts adding all this intricate detail. No, you see, after the July swatting, the police supposedly don't include it in their blotters. He established it was just harassment, and they don't want the people doing the harassment to get the reward, was my understanding from the cops I've spoken with. The last welfare check they were going to make public was July. Now, one of the visible welfare checks was in November, so this doesn't make sense. Boogie would respond to this saying, must be a mistake on their part.
I remember I had a conversation with Boogie about this in my interview with him on this channel from a while ago. He asked for this interview, keep in mind. He asked to have this conversation. This one.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, this is a pretty interesting conversation. I'm going to control F for swatting. This is a good one.
And like part of the reason I believe that it is you is because there's 10 other instances where you've like lied, like the swatting. You lied about being swatted.
Well, so no. Okay.
Yes,
well,
you did. You did lie about being swatted.
I got. To me, weaponizing welfare checks is the same as swatting. So when somebody is purposely,
that's not what I'm talking
about.
You know what I'm talking about. Don't play dumb. There was a situation where you were claiming that Sam and Tolkien was swatting you.
No, I just attributed it to the wrong people, but I did. Oh, yeah, where I changed the dates around. Yeah, that was a stupid mistake. We'll talk about that.
No. In DMs, you told someone that Sam and Tolkien was swatting you, and then afterwards, you were like, "It was all a big troll op." Actually, I was planting misinformation.
Here's the truth about that.
And I can see you in your head coming up with like things to say as you like look. You're like, I'm gonna make up a new lie.
Well,
like,
no, I just
it's
no.
so crazy.
So no, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to think before I speak, because if I'm not careful, it'll be another one of those got you moments.
But the thing is, with something like this, where I'm just asking you about events that happened, it's not your opinion. It should just be like, this is what happened.
Okay, so
but
here's
it's
what
never
happened.
like that. But it's
now
you're doing it. But it's never like that with you.
No, I know, because I'm terrible. Dude, my brain doesn't work good. Do you understand that? Do you understand what it's like?
This is such a frustrating conversation for me to have. Too long didn't watch. Boogie, here's what happened. Tom, that's a lie. Boogie, yeah, you're right. Tom, why'd you lie about that? Boogie, I'm up over and over again for an hour. True. Very true. Rough conversation.
Can you tell me what date it was so I know which November date visit it was and I could ask them about it? Police records are always public, so this is all fishy. Somebody from the Reddit then decided to email the Fayetteville police about it, and they replied, "Thank you for your inquiry. No records have ever been purged from our system, and there has never been nor ever will be an understanding with police or dispatch to omit calls from public records." Oh,
like he said here, it was so funny. He said he had a secret. He like somehow reiterated this in my video, or my interview, and then he like walked it back. He was like, I had a secret deal with the police to not publicize police records, which would be like straight up. He's accusing the police of corruption in that case. And then afterwards, when people called him out on that, he was like, well, no, actually, it was an elaborate troll to trick you guys into thinking that that was the case, when in reality, they weaponized welfare. Like, what is a weaponized welfare check? Somebody's calling a cop to your house because they think you're going to kill yourself? That's not a swatting. There's no risk or danger. Swatting implies that the SWAT team is coming to break down your door to kill you. A welfare check is the cop comes and says, hey, are you okay? Tom, who would win in a fight? Tom Dark or Turkey Tom? Definitely Tom Dark, because I am an alpha male. Turkey Tom was a pussy.
okay, so he's finally caught. He has no choice but to own up, right? No, it's Boogie. He has to make an even more elaborate lie. Boy, that hate subreddit's gonna wake up to a real banger this morning. So I've always had a bunch of people tweeting at me for attention. Ever since I talked to that...
We call it a 5150 in California. 5150 is different. 5150 is when somebody, from my understanding anyway, 5150 is not just a welfare check. That's when somebody is such a danger to themselves that the cops can legally transfer them to a mental health facility, technically against their will, because it's determined that they're too ill for their own well-being. Like, they won't get themselves to like a rehab place or a mental health institution. That's what a 5150 is, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's just a welfare check.
one critic this summer. So I took advantage of that and slipped into DMs a few weeks back and filled one guy up with misinformation I knew he would mix in with the truth. I'm a terrible liar, and reading back it's so cringe. Claimed I dated a 43-year-old woman for almost a year. Said I was writing a book, half true, and all kinds of other stuff. I was hoping it would keep them busy. It sure did. Nobody cares. He's trying to frame himself as a super genius like he's Yugi Moto laying out these traps. One of the things I said was,
Who the hell is Yugi Moto? Yugi Moto. Lore drop. Oh, from Yu-Gi-Oh? Okay. I thought this was like some cool Imperial Japan reference. Thought this was some Hagakure type shit, but no. Just literally children's anime. Cringe!
was that I got 2 visits from the cops in December. That's not much of a lie because I got maybe 4 visits last year. It was actually 3, but what's one more lie? Just shifted the dates around. Had no clue they would latch onto that one thing like they did though. To prove me wrong, they
The problem with even, I'm thinking like back on that thing where Keemstar and Anything Reviews were talking about Boogie and they were like, he should see it. And I'm thinking now, like, I feel like the problem with Boogie seeing it is he would probably lie to them too, to make them feel bad for him. So it's hard to even have him go to it because he's going to be full of shit the entire time. Who knows what he's going to say to them? He's going to portray the world and the events that have happened as like in like a completely dishonest light. He's going to make it out like he's a victim once again. So it's hard for him to even see it because he's not going to tell them the truth.
Literally looked up my home address and then cross-referenced it via police records to try and discredit me. But in the process, they proved I got swatted 3 times last year. Boogie was accused of lying about being swatted twice over the holidays so he could garner sympathy and play victim. Now that he's caught, he continues to play victim by saying he's been doxxed. They provide dates, making it easier to find my address. I mean, they literally violated Reddit's policy by making it easy on a thread to find my home address. It could even get their subreddit shut down. Absolutely insane. What's even crazier is they tried to make it seem like I blamed them for the SWAT. I didn't. You didn't, DMs, which is what kicked this whole thing off. There's no other way to read it. He then blames it on his totally real PR friend who gave him the advice to lie about his swatting.
This person doesn't exist. I have a friend in PR. She recommended giving me misinformation. Why would a person in PR would never recommend that you lie publicly? A person in PR would never recommend that you lie. Their goal is to make sure that the company doesn't get caught up in lies, which would further damage its reputation. Nobody in PR, nobody working in public relations would ever say that. This is not a PR agent. This is someone on Twitter, some bullshit retard, or Boogie just lied. I would bet that he lied because, like I said, if I don't have proof that they said that to him or that this person even exists, I assume he's lying.
Was of course horribly manipulative and something I normally would never do. I have a friend in PR and she
normally never do. Really? Something you'd never do? And once again, like when he's called out, he's like, well, actually, this is the reason I did it, to justify it. I did lie. Secondly, I'm mentally fucked up, so that's part of why. And thirdly, someone else made me do it. It's the same thing with like the remember when he lost his money in crypto? And he was like, you know, it is my fault, but also someone else, I think he was implying it was McJuggernuggets, gave me that advice, so it's kind of their fault, even though I took it. It's like, what? No, it's just your fault. Accept personal responsibility. I've met people like this in real life, you know, not to Boogie's degree, usually, although I did meet Boogie in real life, but not to this degree of lying. But people who like refuse to accept any personal responsibility for their actions, and it's so frustrating. I'm like, so you did this stupid thing? They're like, yeah. I'm like, it led to this consequence. I'm like, yeah. So, and I'm like, so don't you think this like is your fault, at least partially? And they're like, well, I couldn't have foreseen the consequence. And I'm like, okay, but you've done it before like X amount of times, and like it clearly would lead to that kind of thing. Like you could have reasonably assumed the risk was higher than the reward for this kind of thing. And they're like, well, I didn't mean to. And it's like, but it's like, that doesn't really matter. It's still your fault. Like you didn't mean to get caught. You still did it. You still did a shitty thing. It's so annoying. Personally, I cannot deal with people like that ever. Obese Jim for 10 says, hey Tom, want to say I've been going through a lot. I lost my best friend of 4 years of constants. Always got me through rough patches. Hope we'll continue to help. Jeez, that's rough, man. Yeah, that's really rough, buddy. Take it easy. Glad you like the vids. Take care of yourself.
She recommended me giving the misinformation. I just can't believe how awful it made them look. Doxing me, then spending hours to go through police records to discredit me. Unfortunately for Boogie, everybody isn't as stupid as he thinks they are. This whole thing made the Reddit seem like they were right, and it was now becoming a mainstream opinion that Boogie was a manipulative liar. He'd delete all the tweets and upload a video trying to prove the Reddit wrong. And how's he do that? You guessed it. He makes the lie even more elaborate. It's now the FBI giving him advice.
This is awesome. What do you think about Juice WRLD? I like Juice. I like Jamba Juice. This dude, the FBI messaged him and was like, "This is how to deal with the Reddit trolls."
Friend who works for the FBI, and I
no, you don't.
Asked him how to deal with.
No, you don't. You don't.
The online harassment that I get from a certain subreddit, from kiwi farms, from places like that.
You asked the FBI how to deal with Kiwi Farm. No, you did not. You just didn't.
And he told me the only way to fight that stuff back is to expose those people for what they really are. So that's what this video is. I'm going to show you some receipts that I think you should see.
Now, Boogie does do a good job at dispelling some of the rumors existing on the Reddit, like how he was abusive towards his ex-wife.
Supposedly, I'm...
Who's better, the FBI or the CIA? Well, the FBI is better at arresting criminals, and the CIA is better at overthrowing foreign governments. So it depends on what you're looking for.
Made my wife sign an NDA, and they give it, again, false context, saying that NDAs are signed when there are things to hide, which explains why Dez has been awfully quiet on the relationship or any psychological, not physical, abusive behavior towards her. And yes, I get that you're saying not a wife beater, but you're still accusing me of being emotionally abusive or any other type of abuse. You're being hypocritical. You can't trust those types of hypocrites. And by the way, my ex-wife never signed an NDA, and here she is on her own Twitter account claiming that she never signed an NDA. She can say whatever she wants.
Now, this was already seen as not a very credible claim.
His wife would probably never do it, so I would never even try. Actually, maybe it is worth trying. I'm super curious what his wife would say about him if asked. Like, if someone reached out for an interview. I'm sure someone has at some point. But I'm super curious what she would say if someone reached out to her for an interview about their relationship and how it went. Because I think she has a more intimate view of Boogie than, you know, anyone else has. Even though at this point his entire private life just gets spilled online on his podcast, on LolCal Live. I'm super curious what she would have to say about him if she would be willing to talk about it. I'm super curious. I feel like it'd be really fascinating.
The fake swatting, however, that was very viral news. Boogie would ignore every other credible claim on the Reddit.
They've been calling me a liar and a manipulator for a really, really long time. And after
Ex-wives never lie about their husbands, right? I mean, obviously they do sometimes, but not all of them do. He could have, I guess Boogie, he was probably a shitty husband. I'm not saying you should just believe everything she says, but it'd be interesting to hear her perspective. His wife wants nothing to do with internet bullshit. Yeah, I would guess. I mean, I would guess that she probably just wants to get the fuck away from her time she spent with Boogie and not be bothered about it. So that's part of why I probably would just never message her, you know? Interesting hypothetical.
After talking to my friend at the FBI, after talking to a friend in PR, they made a suggestion, and that was to bait them and see what would happen. So I did. I had a private conversation with somebody I knew who posted on that message board, and I filled it full of tons of misinformation to see what they would grab a hold.
Wow, genius. So you see, you intentionally spread misinformation, so now you're a victim when it comes back to bite you. Wow. You're Sherlock Holmes. You're, you know, pondering, you're manipulating the system. You're a genius, Boogie. How could I have not foreseen this?
Hold of. Now, I want to show you these receipts, but someone probably from that subreddit hacked into my Twitter today. I don't have access to it.
How convenient. I want to be clear, nobody hacked him. He just gave himself a blank profile pic and deleted a few of the tweets of him lying. He got his Twitter back the day after this video was released. He tweeted, "Got my account back." For those who doubted the hackers, here's the receipts.
This is also a complete lie that he perpetuates to this day.
It's my login history for this account. Apparently they used MobCrush to spoof to get in. I removed my approved apps. Doubt anyone will care about the truth, but here it is. The attached screenshot shows nothing. One IP address. That's it. The company MobCrush would respond to Boogie saying that is their IP address and all it is doing is periodically checking metrics. They clarify, MobCrush takes your privacy seriously. We do not ask for a greater level of access to your social media accounts, greater than we require to work seamlessly. Proving Boogie is just lying again. There's so many layers to this lie.
Someone probably from that subreddit hacked into my Twitter today. I don't have access to it. As soon as I do, I'll link this video. I'll link all of this stuff and show you guys. But take my word for it, I told them all kinds of outlandish stuff. I told them that I was writing a book, which is not an entire lie, but I told them that I was swatted twice in December.
Did Boogie ever write a book? Boogie2988 book. Someone wrote a book about him called The Dark Side of Internet Fame. Groundbreaking book. The Dark Side of Internet Fame. Interesting. What is this listing? This groundbreaking book provides an intimate psychological... Hold on, I'll pull up the picture so you guys can see it. All right, here we've got the cover here. The description reads, this groundbreaking book provides an intimate psychological profile of controversial internet personality Boogie2988's dramatic rise and self-engineered downfall. It chronicles the origins of unhealthy perpetuation of his online persona, the traumatic underpinnings, loss of identity, and ultimate unsustainability of his fabricated self-image. Backed by a decade of research, this book elucidates the rarely glimpsed effects of internet virality on mental health, the false masks created to cope, and the line between accountability and dehumanization of volatile figures. It makes the case that radical compassion flowing both ways is essential for cultural progress when reputations and well-being suffer publicly. So it's kind of a Boogie cope book, Boogie defense book even. The book simulates stimulates crucial conversations around safeguarding both public icons and audiences in the internet era. By spotlighting pitfalls instead of punchlines, it advocates solutions for preventing the exploitation that often occurs when mental health unravels online. This unprecedented analysis aims to foster understanding on all sides. No reviews and 0 purchases as far as I can tell. Wow. Gonna get right on reading that for sure.
Told them that that I dated a girl that was 43 years old for the last couple of years because I wanted to see what they would do with this information, and I just wanted to keep them busy. I wanted to bait them based on what my PR person said. They said, give them something to talk about. So I did.
So now this is your PR person. This isn't just your friend who's in PR. It's your PR person who works for you. Your PR person? You have a PR person?
What they
and an FBI person and police friends. You know all these people. You somehow have all these amazing connections as a loser YouTuber who's fat and lies online.
Onto though, I was totally surprised with what they lashed on because they incriminated themselves so beautifully.
Yeah, he has a personal HR department. He has an entire room of people, and they, this entire office, this think tank came to the conclusion that Boogie should lie online. These accredited professionals who went to college for years in public relations, they advised him to lie. They advised him the best solution to get rid of lies was to lie more. And as a result, he managed to show that the trolls who are owning him, calling him out rightfully, are actually pathetic losers in and of themselves. And not only that, they're worse than Nazis because at least they believe in something. That's what Boogie managed to show. Wow.
Wow, Boogie, you're so smart.
If you have respect for these people after me showing you this, then I don't want you to have respect for me because I no longer respect you, right?
This is such a funny thing he does. And the Destiny thing, he was like, I have no respect for you. I don't respect you. I just don't respect you. It's like, dude, you don't respect anything. You barely even respect yourself. Your opinion means nothing to anyone.
Right here in one of the most upvoted posts on
He's such a diva.
This entire subreddit, they show where they both doxed me, where they searched police records involving my...
Yeah, they searched police records because you were lying about it. So they searched publicly available police records to prove that you were lying, which you were.
Address and my home information, and they have literally gone completely batshit.
Bro, you made a lie. You told a lie, which incriminated a police station by claiming that there was police corruption going on by them lying about multiple welfare checks and keeping a secret record to work with you to prevent online trolls. Like you claimed that the police station was corrupt, so people looked into it. Like you basically slandered the cops.
Shit insane. I mean, they've been calling me a liar and a manipulator this whole time, and I decided that I would just embrace it. That's what I would do in order to see if I can give them enough rope to hang themselves. They played right into it. I probably should have done this years ago when this harassment first started, but at least I did it now.
Boogie, all you're doing is proving them right. He's just incoherently rambling, willing to say anything to get out of the situation.
But at this point, my career is over. At this point, my YouTube channel is over. Public perception about me is completely gone. So I had nothing else to lose at this point. If I lose you, one of the last things I had to lose over it, I'm genuinely sorry. I genuinely am.
No, you're not. You're not sorry. You don't feel bad about anything. He's such an actor. This guy should be in like a CW show. He's such a good actor. It's not very convincing, but he is an actor perpetually. He's been acting his entire life. He's a method actor. He's been acting since he was born.
And they're telling me that I broke the law by lying about this stuff, so I might even go to jail. But if it was a way to try to save my career, I hope you can understand why I did it. If it was a chance to save my relationship with you, I hope you understand why I did it. This is completely out of character for me. It fucks me up having to do it.
What are you on about, man? Boogie has spent the last...
Boogie should quit YouTube? Yes, he should quit YouTube and get a job at like Walmart or something, but he won't. He should be a Walmart greeter if he's even, competent enough to do that without telling every person that comes in, hey, welcome to Walmart, I want to die. Yeah, he should not, dude. This guy should not be on YouTube. It's not benefiting him. It's not benefiting his audience. It's not benefiting anyone. The only benefit is that people can make money off of him being online, but he should not be on YouTube or online at all. He's too unstable and too much of a liar to handle that. The problem with Boogie is when you tell him to get a job, he's like, I'm fat and disabled, I can't do it. And it's like, you actually can. Like, there's plenty of fat people who have jobs. You just refuse to because you're a lazy and you would rather continue to, ride this lolcow grift you have going on now, which you're now playing into in a very cringe way. To be like, I'm the lolcow everyone hates. I'll do whatever you say. I'll get a tattoo that says I'm a liar. At this point, he's trying to play into the grift, which is the last thing he has, right? Profiting off of people who hate him. There's nobody who likes him anymore. I mean, let's just go to his YouTube channel, right? Has he even been posting lately? Has he posted anything? Trolling at a Trump rally. 10 weeks on Zepbound, crazy results. Grocery shopping for lolcow live. Some of his recent videos are actually getting views. Not for the right reasons. Lying about cancer is evil. Wow, 5,000 comments on a video with 180,000 views. That's crazy. Only 1.5K likes in that video. These people are all just shitting on him, to be clear. None of these people are even engaging with the content. Trolling at a Trump rally. 50-minute video. All right, let's skip to wherever the good part is, if that exists. Why is it so long? Did he do any cutting in this video at all?
Me and Desi are currently in Knoxville, Tennessee.
He looks so disheveled.
Home of the 1982 World's Fair, which I was actually at back in the day, and we were about to go up into this.
Just skim through the video. At no point are they at a rally whatsoever. Now go wear a Trump shirt at a camel rally. Where's the liar tattoo? Where is that? Was this filmed before that? I thought people said it was a real tattoo, and I was like, there's no way it's real. I feel bad for that car's suspension system. People are still subbed here? I mean, barely. They're just bots. I can't even find one single positive comment. Hope your battle with cancer is going well. Trump may be a piece of shit, but at least he didn't fake the earshot like someone else faked cancer. Jesus. You don't f with us gays. What is this guy? You don't f with us gays? What does that even mean? Dean? Who is Dean? Who the f is Dean?
And why I did it. If it was a chance to save my relationship with you, I hope you understand why I did it. This is completely out of character for me. It fucks me up having to do it.
What are you on about, man? Boogie has spent the last year framing this little Reddit hate group as Nazis. Christina Grimmie level bad. So Boogie is finally getting what he asked for. In comes Frank Castle. Frank Castle is a professional harasser.
And your obese friend.
What's
What? Huh? I'm just hanging out on the beach. I'm Chad King. I'm from BuzzFeed.
I'm Chad King. I'm from BuzzFeed.
No way.
This guy, the funniest videos Frank ever did was the Italian Royal Rumble, the video where he there's like people sitting down at like an Italian restaurant outside in like Boston or something. He goes up to them. He just sits down and they're like, "Who are you?" He's like, "Oh, I eat family style." And he just keeps sitting there. And eventually the like waiter comes over and the people are like, "Hey, this guy's not with us." And Frank's like, "Oh, you know, they're just trolling, you know, they're just joking. I am with them. They're f***ing around." And eventually people, you know, figure out he's not supposed to be there and they try to kick him out. And like 14 identical looking Italian people in like suspenders and white collared shirts. They're like, hey, dude, what the get the out of here, dude. Hey, you're disturbing the families. Oh, they all swarm him. That's a great video. The other one, which is crazy, is he walks up to people in a Walmart. He's like, "Oh, it's you. I had a dream about you." They're like, "What do you mean?" He's like, I had a dream last night. An angel came to me and told me that you me in my dream when I was a baby in my dream. You sick." It's insane.
He made it his mission to show up at Boogie's house, letting him know weeks beforehand. I don't agree with that at all, but it is karma in its purest form. So what's Boogie's rational response? It's to accept death. If you do plan to harm, just leave my friends and my dog out of it. You are welcome to kill me. Frank replies, "We should make a video together where I give you a pink belly until your stomach has friction burns." Boogie then got in his head that he was going to kill Frank.
Castle, did you go to his house? Did you go to Boogie's house?
I'm starting to wish that I had at this point, given the little panic attack he appears to be having on Twitter. But unfortunately, no, it was not me.
But Frank, you did.
They got 3 big black veterans trying to fight them in a Magic the Gathering store. I remember that, yeah. That's where he screams. He's like, I'm going Super Saiyan or something. And they all try to chase him out. I remember that.
Did go down to Dixon Street last night, take a photo, tag me in that photo, and then say, "I'm in your town," right? That was you? Oh, that's on your Twitter feed right now?
Yes, that was me. I am in Dixonville right now, and I am in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
All right, well, cool, man. Let me make it very clear. You should be very glad you didn't step on my property, okay? And I highly recommend you don't. It'll be the
I'm having an attack. Yeah, that's it. I'm having an attack!
Last decision you make. I don't know who you are. I don't know what your problem is, but I have no problem ending you if you come here.
Not 3 minutes into the interview.
He's such a badass. He's such a badass. Like when he's high on himself and he's like going in like full delusion ego mode, he's like, "I will f you up. I will destroy you. Don't tread on me. I'm a proud gun owning American. I will stand my ground." And then Frank gets there and he like shoots the air He targets the pigeon flying over his house. Legendary.
Review, and Boogie is already shielding behind his mental health.
Understand that this is what you're doing to me. You've picked somebody with post-traumatic stress disorder to target with this type of harassment. What the fuck are you doing in Fayetteville, Arkansas? I get that this is funny to you. It is not funny to me, Frank. I am mentally ill. I am out of my mind with anxiety. You know that.
The reason why Frank's in the wrong here, Boogie, has nothing to do with your mental health. Boogie then decides to switch tactics and start playing the tough guy.
Frank, I need you to listen, baby. Okay? And I'm going to hang up and you can say whatever the fuck you want
You are
to.
crying and
I'm not
because of
crying,
the Twitter
Frank. I'm
post.
threatening your life, Frank.
And I'm not
threatening
scared.
your life,
Nor do I
Frank. I'm
care,
letting
but
you
the
know
story is
that
fact.
I like the Keemstar live reaction. It's fire.
you step foot on my property, Frank, because you have threatened me, Frank, because you said you would ball gag me, because you said you would me, because you said you would come to my house, because you said that there was a reckoning, because you said that there was going to be damage done to me, because you
Frank's one with PTSD. He's a vet. Boogie stealing valor. True.
threatened me. Castle Doctrine says I can end you.
Castle Doctrine.
The moment you touch one of my blades of grass.
I don't think it works that way at all, but okay. Frank then starts to repeat Reddit talking.
The Castle Doctrine doesn't mean you can just like shoot a Mormon that comes on your property when they're trying to, you know, teach you about the Book of Mormon. That's not what Castle Doctrine is.
Points.
I have a personal
You can't
friend
just kill someone who steps on your lawn.
who he's like victimized with his lies and his weird, almost pedophilic behavior that he engages in. It's very strange and very disturbing. He's a 45-year-old man hitting up girls in their late teens and early 20s to come to
I've
his
literally
house.
never done that, Frank. That's a lie. Why are you lying?
I'm telling the
I've
truth.
never done that.
Never? You never done that? I mean, it's not pedophilic. I wouldn't say it's pedophilic at all. That's not true. Wrong word to use. False allegation, undoubtedly. But, I mean, once again, like, I've never talked to a 20-year-old girl. What's this video, Boogie?
It was one of the biggest mistakes I think I have ever made because I dated somebody literally half my age.
Lamau.
Last time I talked to her,
Even when he should have an easy dunk to be like, that's not pedophilia, clearly. Instead, he's like, I never talked to a 20-year-old. What? A legal girl? I never did that. What's wrong with you?
said I had one first date.
Frank had a gun pointed at him? That's not even true.
With a girl who was, 19.
Frank is trying to prove a point.
I don't really know if I have any peace. Boogie is a fat liar with a tendency to dramatize everything and freak out and start crying and making outlandish statements. And I think it's funny as honestly.
Don't give a I meant what I said. Don't hurt my dog. Don't hurt my roommate. I don't give a what happens
You think
to
I want
me.
to hurt anybody is really crazy. You are
hurting me, Frank.
Like a little fair use sticker there.
You are hurting me, Frank. This
I
hurts.
am doing psychic damage to you, and you are crying.
Yes, psychic damage, but I don't cry over trash like you, buddy. There's nothing you can do to me that might. Frank. There's nothing you can do to me that ain't already been done, buddy. This is status quo for me.
It gets so unhinged.
This is status quo for me. I've been a victim my whole life. There's nothing you can do to me that I haven't already done to myself.
He becomes possessed.
Why do you keep threatening to shoot me? This is weird.
Because I'm going to kill you and take pleasure doing it. That's.
Listen to like the anime role play. I'm gonna take pleasure doing it. I'm gonna take pleasure doing it. Bruh.
Fucking kill you. I'm gonna take pleasure. Fuck.
I hate this guy.
Boogie was known as the non-combative Jolly Giant of YouTube, so this was quite shocking to see at the time.
I would rather hurt myself than hurt anybody else. Hurting somebody else is quite literally the opposite of who and what I am.
Boogie, he's obviously trolling you.
Literally any platitude he gives, anytime he describes who he is, he's like, I'm this kind of person. You immediately know he's lying. You immediately know he's full of shit. Even with minor stuff. I would never date a girl that young. Oh, well, I did do it. Oh, I'm not going to do it anymore. Oh, well, I did, I am window shopping, but I'm, that's different. Like, shut the fuck up. You're such a liar, man. Like I said, it's pathological. I don't even think he thinks about it.
So stop giving him a reaction.
Whoa,
Saying you're going to kill somebody who's pissing you off.
I do have a choice in ending him. So once again,
Is it true Boogie was known as the Mr. Rogers of YouTube? Yes. If you watch videos from like years ago, people talk about him. He's framed as like he's a guy who can do no wrong. He's like a great person. Why would you ever pick on him? Why would you ever shit on Boogie? Like Anita Sarkeesian got so much shit. I'm Alex, VidCon, Boogie. Is this video still up? Yeah, this Boogie was bullied by Anita Sarkeesian.
Verbally insulting somebody when they got off their own panel that they were sharing with and was equally invited to, and kicking people off or asking questions. Maybe maybe Hank and John, maybe...
I'll control that for Boogie. I'm sure there's clips in here of him saying like, Boogie, the nicest guy. Yeah, okay, this is a good example. Here we go.
And there's not really a guy who's more willing to listen than him. So when I see a... And then she's doing a panel with Boogie. Boogie, I think we all know, is one of the nicest guys who there is on the entire of the website. There's not really a guy nicer than him. And there's not really a guy who's more willing to listen than him. So when I see a video from Boogie2988 where he seems to be shaking and he's scared of Anita Sarkeesian, because that's the nicest way I could put it, I'm starting to think, do you know what, maybe she's not the one being harassed. Maybe she's making other people feel uncomfortable, you know?
Yeah, this was the wide impression of Boogie at the time, you know? I met Boogie the day after he won his award last year. He went to Disneyland to celebrate, and even though he was with his wife, he was so kind and let me take a pic with him and have a little chat. Poor guy doesn't deserve this, you know? This was the widespread. Boogie has massive social anxiety. Doing shit like this to him is sad. It saddens me to see Boogie like this. He's so kind, doesn't deserve this type of treatment. This is the kind of, you know, perspective publicly around Boogie. So yeah, Mr. Rogers of YouTube is quite accurate.
Again, this town is
He was like, oh, he's such a nice guy. He could do no wrong. He's a beautiful soul.
10 miles away, 10 miles apart. I'm in the middle of it. You can't be more than 5 miles from me right now.
I'm like 5 minutes from you at this moment right now.
Then come here. Come the fuck here.
Boogie and Frank would also debate on the kill stream. Boogie would immediately open up lying about never being with a hooker.
And don't get me wrong, I'm a really lonely man because all this COVID shit, you can't get a hooker. I have tried. And you can't get a hooker during this COVID
Wow.
shit. And here's the thing.
That's
untrue. Most of the girls
that's crazy.
That's bullshit. Yeah, you probably can. I honestly wouldn't know.
Boogie is a cuck in this stream. There's no other way to phrase it.
That's the thing. I care about the people who hate me. I can't stop.
Why though? I remember watching this and there's this moment in the stream when all of a sudden Boogie's like, I remember holding my dad's dick, and I was like, what? And Ralph was like, what the f is going on? He just starts going into this diatribe. It was like extremely uncomfortable to listen to, almost to the point where it wasn't even funny.
That's such narcissistic fucking bullshit, bro. The problem is that I care about my haters too much. I just have so much empathy. I just can't. I just can't let it go.
I mean, if I was lying about that, that's narcissism, but that's the reality.
Boogie, everybody's lying about that. What? Look, somebody's haters. I hope they die. I don't give a f about them. Like, what? Why would you care about them?
Yeah, man, I can't fucking.
Come on, Boogie, just tell me.
I really fucking can, man. I'm sorry. And I get it. If you guys are so different from me, you can't understand that. That's okay. But that is.
Yeah, we just can't relate to you because you're so special.
What I'm saying is, I love you. I care about you. I want you to have a good life.
I don't give a f about you.
Anytime someone says they love their haters, they're full of shit. Immediately disregard it. Immediately be like, okay, this guy's weird. This guy's done something weird. I love my haters so much. I don't care about my haters. Some people don't care about their haters. I personally care about them too much. I love them.
Yeah, right. At the end of the day, I don't like you. You know, I'm not.
What about Jesus, Tom? Yeah, Boogie's a lot like Jesus. I understand the comparison. Same with Chris Chan.
Spend time with you. I don't want to hang out with you. Oh, I don't. I highly don't recommend that. Man, I live in Arkansas. I don't know what yes, blue state you're used to.
Frank's like, you're a professional victim and all you do is cry, and Boogie responds with, you're right.
What will you do if Frank Hassel walks up to you in public?
Take him out to dinner, man.
He'd probably start crying or call the cops. He seems like a fucking pussy.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
You're like a professional victim, bro. You're not.
Not like one. He is one. Are we going to see another Mr. Rogers of YouTube? I feel like allegations are destroying trusting creators with a wholesome vibe like Cody Co. There will always be somebody who is seen that way eventually. It's just like if you're full of shit, it comes crumbling down eventually.
Not going to do anything.
There is a real chance.
You're going to call the manager and you're going to waddle away.
Call the manager. All right, Karen. No, motherfucker, listen, I'll probably take you out to dinner. Yeah, I'll probably cry. This is hard for me. I'm not good at this stuff.
Why would you cry, though? What's your problem? Why are you so emotional?
Dude, I cry 4 or 5 times a day. I'm a broken motherfucker.
What?
It's his job to cry, basically.
I'm a broken.
Did you learn these manipulative techniques from your reps?
Now, this might have garnered sympathy before, but at this point, he's pulled the card too many times. Used it for the Reddit, used it for the iDubbbz content cop, he used it for Turkey Tom's.
True, he did. I remember back when I made this video about Boogie, he messaged me saying the videos about him made him want to off himself, and then he blocked me. He also told me he was done with the drama. A year later, he's DMing people frantically lying to them. True. That's an old tweet, bro. This is from what, 2020? That was 2020. I thought this was further back than that. Damn. Old Turkey Tom profile picture. Shout out. With the headphones on. I was bumping it. to XXXTentacion.
Video. Boogie's sympathy tactics aren't working against Frank Castle because Frank is a psycho, so Boogie starts lying. He's like, the last time I was in a fight, I hurt the guy so bad I became a pacifist.
Who did you hit and why did you decide that was okay?
So I was about 12, and these kids jumped me in the local park, and I ended up fighting back, and I ended up hurting one of the kids pretty bad, and that caused a lot of trouble for my family.
No, you didn't. That did not happen once again. Any story he tells, I instantly don't believe. This is bullshit, not true.
And I decided
Did that
that's
make you
not
like?
worth it.
Did that kind of like dissuade you from fighting physically because you like hurt this guy so bad and you're kind of like
Yeah, you're literally
a dangerous person.
Talk about.
And you're
Like I
you
talk
hit
about my
people too hard.
depersonalization, it's one of the first times I depersonalized and did something horrible, and that's like why I
Boogie depersonalizing. He sees red. He becomes like the Incredible Hulk. You won't like me when I'm mad.
chose to like be an introvert. It's why I chose to eat myself to death. It's like one of the many reasons I've chosen the life that I've chosen, because like I hurt somebody and didn't have a lot of control over it when I did.
Boogie punching that kid once made him obese. You heard it here first, folks. Boogie would also say he was depressed during COVID and that the only time he broke isolation was to go to a BLM march.
I used to filming videos with my friends. I was used to having like Saturday night parties where we drafted Magic and played video games and fun around. And so that was pretty rough. I don't like being isolated, but I had to stay safe. Eventually, I did break isolation to go to a BLM march. Just to film it.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Once again, I don't even believe that. As far as I'm concerned, if Boogie says Black Lives Matter, I'm going to instantly assume he thinks that Black lives don't matter. And he believes in white pride worldwide.
No, wait. What do you mean you got up to go to a BLM march? What happened with that?
Yeah. So there's a BLM march on the Fayetteville Square, and like I originally wasn't very interested, but there was a bunch of violence that went down at the Bentonville one. Like apparently somebody threw a water bottle at a cop, and the cops fired rubber bullets, and they arrested a bunch of people and gas canisters to the crowd. And I was like, man, as a documentarian, as somebody who knows how to run a camera, I should be there to get footage if shit goes bad. And like also, you know, hey, BLM, whatever. I guess it's as long as and also if there's looting going on, if this turns bad, I want that footage too. Like let's call out the bad actors. Let's call out the bad. I don't care if you're white or black, short or tall, cop or not. If you pull shit, I wanted to get it on camera.
Boogie's having panic attacks over Frank, but in the meantime, Boogie's pulling off citizen arrest during BLM riots. I knew he was lying the minute he said he marched. This guy can't mow his own lawn. One moment sticks out to me though, and it's that Frank promised that this would be the worst day of Boogie's life.
The only thing you need to know about is that I'm going to show up, and you're not going to win, and it's going to be the worst day of your life.
Okay. Buddy,
it's going to be fun.
How do you even rank the worst days of Boogie's life? I feel like all of them are like an unending series of him up and then refusing to take responsibility for his own actions. I don't understand. You can say that anything is the worst day of his life. I feel like every single thing he does is like the worst thing he's done yet, and he just continues to top it. Like the thing is, I've been thinking about this lately because you know I've been talking about it in chat, making videos about him. I was thinking like, what could he do worse than faking cancer? What could he do worse? And right now, I genuinely don't know what it is, but I think he'll probably do it at some point. He'll probably do whatever is worse. He will do it because he has to top himself, right? He has to top his actions in a more negative way. And at this point, he knows that if he doesn't do something more negative, people are going to stop watching him. So consciously or unconsciously, I think he's going to come to the conclusion that the only way to get more attention on himself or perpetuate that negative attention, even though it's negative, is to do something worse than lying about cancer, to lie about something else, and he will do it. I think he will do it. Essay? I don't think he'll essay someone, to be clear. I don't think he'll do that. He might lie and say that he did and then cry when people call him out for it, but I honestly don't think Boogie has it in him to sexually assault anyone. I don't think so. I just spilled protein shake all over my chair. Whatever. How much did I actually spill? Oh, hold on. Lol. Tom moment. It looks like cum. You guys want to see this? See my cum? Can you even see it? Over there? My cum stained chair? Wow. Brutal. Typical gooner behavior.
Day after the Drama Alert interview, Frank would show up at Boogie's house.
Come on, you. With the Drama Alert music.
What's the deal?
Frank also called him the N-word in this video.
Where's the gun at, you fat?
All Boogie has to do is not open the door. Just don't engage for once in your life. But Boogie can't help himself.
Yeah, on 3, pull the trigger.
Okay. Is this what I have?
I'm having an attack!
Have to do?
Imagine getting essayed by Boogie. I mean, literally all you have to do is walk away at a brisk pace.
You fat. Oh my God! Is this real? Is this guy gonna kill me?
Yes. He's here to look at the air conditioner, Sam. Is this what I have to do?
Boogie's been slowly pivoting to being anti-trans in Local Live, he will be a why I left the internet. Why? Okay, sorry. Boogie's been slowly pivoting to being anti-trans on Local Live. He will be a why I left the left guy in 3 years or so. Has he been doing that? I haven't been watching. Has he been like, trans people are delusional? Has he been saying that? Because he's been like I feel like he's been like the biggest gay / trans advocate for clout for a few years now. Is he doing that? Is he talking about autogynephilia? If that's true, that's really funny. Interesting arc. Boogie2988 says you will never be a woman. That would be legendary.
Is this what I have? Are you gonna shoot me in your doorway? Yes. Fucking deranged. In about 30 seconds, I'm gonna fire a warning shot. Fire it now. Okay. Fire the warning shot now.
What is even the point to firing a warning shot in a situation like this? Like, I feel like the only reason you fire a warning shot is if someone's running at you and you're afraid that they think that you're not going to shoot. But you're just like, I'm going to fire a warning shot. He's like, shoot it. So you just do it? Like, why? You're not allowed to do warning shots? Well, I know, but like, practically speaking, why even do that? Like, why just fire over your neighborhood?
Is this what we have to do? I'm asking you to leave, Sam.
Sam?
Cameron, I don't know your fucking name. I'm asking you to leave. I'm asking you to leave, man. Please don't make me do this.
Boogie, why would you have to shoot him? Just stay inside. You never go outside anyway. The poor air conditioning guy is caught in between all of this.
Please don't make me do this.
I forgot the air conditioning guy was there behind him. That's so fire.
Will you just leave this property so I can... What's this guy got?
Can you leave so I can leave? Bro, just jump out, leave out the back and hop the fence. Okay? Don't make me do this. Don't make me do what I have to do.
I'm just here looking at
because I feel threatened.
This guy's about to kill somebody right in front of you.
Why are you on his property? I'll shoot to wound. Sam, please don't.
He's so close to him, too. Frank managed to get really close.
Who's Sam?
I don't know.
Sam is referring to Sam and Toki, Boogie's hate Reddit. He's seeing the Reddit in place of Frank.
Is it, or does he think it's Sam Hyde? Does he think that Frank's real name is Sam Hyde, or does he think that it's Sam and Tolkien? I feel like he might think his real name is Sam somehow, and not that it's Sam and Tolkien. I'm not sure. I don't think he's talking about the Reddit here.
Frank Castle, like a human representation. Boogie would get a felony for discharging a firearm into the air, giving Frank Castle exactly what he wanted.
This said to me, Boogie, I'm coming to your house one day, and when I do, it's going to be the worst day of your life. It's going to be worse than the day your parents abused you. That's what this guy said to me, right? And then this motherfucker went on to harass me. He ended up showing up at my house, and you know what? He was right. He made 100% good on his threat. It is now official.
At that time, the subreddit was terrorizing Boogie. I thought it was banned by then. Was it still around? I thought the Sam and Tolkien subreddit was banned before that even happened. I don't think Sam and Tolkien was even talking about him.
Officially the worst day of my life. It's now officially the most victimized I've ever been, even if you include my parents. It's the most fucked up thing anyone has ever done me.
Boogie's victim status would hit all new heights, and to be fair, he is a victim here, just nobody cares anymore. January of 2021, Boogie would post a video titled, I am finally rich, bragging about his crypto wealth.
Did something very stupid that I do not recommend anyone else ever do, but it worked. I basically took every dime I had in liquid funds and invested.
As time goes on, I'm starting to doubt that he even made any money on this in the first place. Like, I feel like after seeing this, because Boogie's always been a piece of shit, but I feel like after seeing the cancer thing, I'm reinterpreting, like, do we have his crypto wallet? Do we know what he actually had in holdings? Do we have his address? Because if we don't, then I'm honestly going to assume that he lied about the entire thing and he never made any money in the first place. Do you know what I mean? Because with all the lies he's told recently, I'm starting to just question, like, what was the other thing? What were the other things he lied about for clout? What were the other things? Like, even when he's like claiming to be a victim, people are shitting on him for his shitty decisions. Like, how likely is it that he was even telling the truth about this? I wouldn't be surprised if he never even had a crypto wallet, honestly. I bet he's making bank, not bank. He's comfortable. I doubt he is. I mean, from Lolcow, they had a decent month, I'm sure. I don't know how much he got from that though versus how much Keemstar took. I doubt he's making like a ridiculous amount of money. I would be shocked if Keem gave him like 10K between the entire month of bullshit.
Invested it in a huge gamble. And I did this at the advice of my friend Jesse Ridgway, McJuggernuggets, who guaranteed that money, saying that if the money disappeared, he would help take care of me and help me rebuild.
Well, fortunately, the money didn't disappear. And my thought process at the time was, look, even if it does disappear, I can always just go ahead through with my stupid plans.
By his stupid plan, he means Alt F4ing his life.
At the end of the day, making these videos has never been about the money. It's never been about the views. Never feel pressured to get one of those memberships down below. Never feel pressured to subscribe on Twitch. Never feel pressured to make a donation or interact with one of my sponsors. Never feel pressured to buy a t-shirt.
1 year later, the crypto market would crash and Boogie would upload a video titled "I Need Your Help," admitting that he lost everything.
Well, this is a video I've dreaded.
Man, once again, maybe this is true, but I'm starting to doubt he even had any money at all. I'm starting to doubt he put any in. He could have just lied through like the entire time.
But it's time. So I'm asking for your help as we head into the holiday season. The biggest issue is that I had a nice big nest egg. I took some financial advice from a friend, and I'm not pointing fingers necessarily. I took the advice, but I put my money in the crypto market in the wrong section, and I pretty much lost most of everything. If you click on videos you like and you watch them to the end and you drop a like and you leave a comment and you share it with friends and you click the notifications, you do the YouTube stuff, you're doing plenty. If that's all you want to do, if that's all you can do, I love you to death. You mean everything to me, right?
I have a feeling he actually has money. That would be a crazy twist. It's possible. I would still be surprised because I think if he did have money, he'd probably be spending it really stupidly right now on more toys and shit and like another Tesla, which I don't think he's done. So I doubt he has like a lot of money. It's possible he has more than he's leading on, but I doubt he has like a secret like couple hundred G's, you know, hidden somewhere under a bed. I highly doubt that.
There's a second group of people who might find themselves able to do a little more, and if you're one of those people, I'm asking for your help today too. Do you like the t-shirts I have? This one's not in the merch lane shop yet, but there's several, and I'm making new designs all the time. And if you like a t-shirt, buy a t-shirt. I make like a $9 profit off of a $25 purchase. If you don't want to buy something from me directly, you can shop with one of my sponsors. That's always an option as well. If you like a product I'm selling, get involved with a sponsor, shop through them, use my code. If you're in a position where you only have like $1 or $5, you can super chat that.
Crypto would bounce back to all new heights 2 years later, but he would say he only has 8K in ETH as of March, so I guess he sold most of it. In 2022, a few weeks after Boogie announced he was broke, he would announce his cancer diagnosis. Hey, debated not sharing this, but I got my official...
Oh, wait. I never even picked up on this. The timing. So if you look at that timing and then you look at the clip that he gave, if we are to believe that Boogie actually lost all his money in the crypto market, then he devised the plan for the cancer thing right after he lost all his money in the market and needed money, and this was his effort. It's all linked. So he lost his money in the market. He then devised the plan for how to make money through the cancer diagnosis, the fake cancer diagnosis. Here's him describing it.
And I asked the internet for help in 2022, and I did it wrong. I fumbled, like 100%. I fumbled. I wasn't fully diagnosed. My doctor told me it was possible. He told me that he saw signs of it. I made the video because I knew that I was going to need money one way or the other. I should have waited till I got the diagnosis. I should have waited. I should have mentioned the cancer scare when I made the video. I panicked. I fucked up. I deserve everything I got. I deserve it. Like I said earlier, I deserve it. And that's okay. It's okay.
Stop worrying.
It is what it is. And
Wow. It's all just like, I feel like I just had like one of those conspiracy boards in my head of like all the pictures and everything, like news article clippings, pictures of Boogie. And like, obviously, I mean, Willie put it together here, but I feel like it just clicked for me from his video, from him saying it. It all clicked. It's like the timing makes perfect sense now. It makes like amazing sense now. It's all the lies are connected. One lie rolls into the next, rolls into the next.
Official diagnosis today, so why not? I do in fact have a type of blood cancer called polycythemia vera. It's extremely slow moving and many people live for decades. No big deal. He uploaded a video as well.
I often say though, every day that I wake up is a good day. It's the one day that I don't wake up that sucks. So I've been debating for a while to talk to you guys about this, but I hope it brings you guys a little bit of clarity about some of the videos I've made in the last month or so. Because
I'm noticing there's a weird little buzzing in Boogie's mic. Tighten your cords, asshole.
Turns out I got a rare blood cancer called polycythemia vera.
One point that comes off as wildly malicious is Boogie saying the cancer is the reason he had to upload that embarrassing video begging for money.
I've known about this for a little over 6 weeks. That it was a probability, though I just got my official diagnosis. I hope it gives you an idea of why I've been so worried about my money,
why I've been so worried about my career, why I've been so worried about my future. Maybe I should have led with this before I asked people to watch my videos or become channel members or whatever. I don't know. This felt very private at the time.
He's lying with a smile on his face. You probably already know that Boogie was recently caught for faking cancer. He was never diagnosed.
He's saying he should have led with it, openly acknowledging on video that he probably would have had an easier time manipulating people into giving him more money if he talked about how he had cancer, which he didn't even have. You can see his thought process in real time as he like smiles, he grins about it. It's hard to even call disgusting at this point because it's just like what you would expect. Like I can't even like moral F about it because it's like that's just Boogie. You just have to like laugh at it and roll with the punches with him. It's hard to even like get offended to anything he's done because like it's so obvious he would do this at this point, you know.
For the same reason he was lying about his swatting. For the same reason he lied about his car accident. He was embarrassed. Embarrassed of being made fun of for his video saying he was broke.
What do we say to the god of death? Not today, not today.
If you have cancer, don't you start losing weight and hair from chemo, not from cancer, I think.
And before I leave you, I want to make it very clear. I'm not asking for donations. I'm not asking for channel memberships. I'm not asking you to check out a sponsor. I'm not asking you to buy a shirt.
Bro, yes you are. His disease and health would become an even more core part of his personality.
On top of that, I was allergic to trees.
His entire personality became, once again, because it was a victim thing that nobody could call out because we didn't have the medical documents. Nobody had pointed out the inconsistencies yet. So it became his entire personality to talk about how much of a victim he was, how much he had cancer, how much cancer he had, simultaneously saying it's not a big deal and also saying it's the biggest deal in the world and my life is ruined, right? Like it became a new talking point where he could be like, I am a victim actually. Despite what the internet said about me and all my shitty actions and all my lies, I am a victim because I have cancer. He found something. And he got away with it for, what, a year?
I was allergic to cut grass. I was allergic to
2 years even?
Flower pollen. I was allergic to I was allergic to everything. And so several times a year, I would just stop breathing.
He used this as an excuse to promote a pump and dump crypto scam called Fattycoin.
Fatty for life.
Because, you know, if Boogie can't get his fans to buy t-shirts, maybe he could scam them.
I don't think it's a pump and dump. It is a meme coin.
It's literally from a thing called Pump.Fun. What are you talking about?
I never knew who Pump.Fun
That's fire.
was until today.
I told you in DMs not to do this. You came to me because you were about to launch this coin.
It was launched. You told me after my first tweet. I literally said to you, the question before that was like, hey man, can we talk real quick? You said, don't do it. I said, I have some questions. And you said, don't do it. But at that point today, it was already too late. The first tweet was out.
No, you.
All right, well, we've already gone over all this stuff. I want to see the real job part because we know all the cancer lies at this point, but I want to see the real job part here. Why won't he get a job? Get a job. Why won't he do it?
One thing I couldn't get over is Boogie's never-ending excuses for not getting a job. In the documentary, Boogie gets taken to see a headhunter for mock interviews.
Is this the person that he says he tells them that he's been accused of being a online? I mean, that is a crazy haircut. Albert Einstein look. Bro looking like Dolly Flash. Home phone haircut.
He asks what skills he possesses, and he lists off all of his health issues.
So you are here today because you are seeking employment.
Yeah,
You're seeking out new work opportunities.
absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about your background and where you think you want to go with the experience that you already have.
I did work at a small gaming store back in 2006, 2007. I am disabled, recognized by the state of Arkansas, but also the United States government. There's that.
I feel bad for this woman having to be in the same room as this fat oaf, smelling him.
No, the downside of that is I am extremely depressed. So there's some mental health issues that we bring to the table. And then physically, I am morbidly obese. I have no references, no work history, and no education. And when you Google my name, you might see rumors that I beat my ex-wife, and I'm also should mention I'm also a felon.
Okay.
Do you want a job? Yeah, I'm actually. So just thought you should know before, or at least you can look it up online. Okay, I think you're good for the job.
What's the nature of your felony?
Aggravated assault.
How old is it?
About 2 years.
Okay.
Pretty clear that he's just memeing around.
You're using weight and disability. I can't. If that is the attitude that you're going to have when you approach everything, then you can't. And you
True.
won't.
I did
First person to ever tell him that.
work in the industry for the better part of 7 years. So, I mean...
Be real with me. Do you really think it would be a good idea to go to a real interview and reference?
It depended on the job, I would think.
But Mike was serious about Boogie actually...
It's like The Office. His comedic timing there was kind of funny, I admit. Okay. That was kind of good.
trying to get a job, and Boogie says no.
Hey, Mike. Listen, dude. I know we're making this documentary and everything, and I know you think I need to get a real job, but I just want to let you know I'm not going to. I'm not going to walk into some job when I have 4 million subscribers on YouTube. I'm one of the
Lol. His ego.
original YouTubers. What I'm going to do instead is go back to making content, go back to telling stories and entertaining people, and making money doing it.
Boogie shared how bad his financial situation is on Financial Audit. He's missing credit card payments while paying $900 a month in fast food.
Late payment fee, October 31st. Late payment fee.
Yeah.
$25. Late payment fee, December 1st. This just happened.
Yep.
Oh, me.
October was a very lean month.
Very
Thank you,
important business
Verizon.
purpose. Chick-fil-A.
I think a lot of people have this idea, and I get that the documentary definitely painted this picture, right? I think
Not just painted the picture. That is the picture.
a lot of people don't understand what I'm willing to do to survive. But I hope
Nothing. You're willing to do nothing to survive. The worst you're willing to do is sit in your room on your ass and do a couple hours of live streaming. That is the most you're willing to do. You will do nothing. You will do nothing that's actually strenuous or hard to survive. You've never worked a day in your life.
that you know that I literally drove across the country with an injury.
He's so ungrateful.
Yeah.
I drove across the country with an injury. His toe was probably stubbed. Once again, this guy's so full of shit. Anything happened with the finance guy allegations? No, it just kind of died at that video I made about it. And the Scott Schaefer video. That's it. That was the end of it as far as I know. I was filming a video once, and I actually saw this guy outside of Ms. Gibbs' gym. It was pretty funny. I didn't say hi to him. I just saw him sitting there. He was like sitting on a bench, kind of looking sad. He was like, and I was like, should I say hi? I was like, wait, that's Caleb Hammer. Should I like say hi to him? And I was like, no, I probably shouldn't. Probably be a bad idea. But I did. I saw this guy. I witnessed his existence in real life. It was funny.
to be here to do this, right?
Yeah, you did.
So
yeah.
I'm willing to eat as much as I need to do this,
Are
right?
you willing to stop eating $900 at McDonald's and Starbucks a month?
I'd love to.
That's a no. Caleb reiterates that
Yeah, that is a no. I'd love to. I'd love to.
Boogie needs a job, and he's like, I applied to a whole 12 jobs last year.
Sad because his grinder date fell through? Yeah, probably.
It's impossible.
I don't like crowdsourcing.
But you refuse to get a job, and you need money to survive.
It's less of
so we have to do
refuse and-
something.
It's less of refuse and more that I just don't know if I could. I've been disabled.
You can. You haven't even tried once, ever. You have not filled out a real job application in your entire life.
Since 2005, right? I can't work hard. I can't do physical labor. That's not an option, right?
I think call it home, again, service
So now they have to
center.
Google that I'm a felon who
Yeah.
beats his wife, and because that's what happens when you Google my name. Go do it right now.
But like, that isn't really true. You didn't molest kids. You didn't beat your wife. When you look your name up, that's not even like the first 1,000 results. It's just about you lying about cancer. You could definitely get some shitty low tier customer service job. No offense to any customer service people, but you know, the best one Boogie could get was like, you know, probably a low paying minimum wage one, but he could get it. He could do it if he really wanted to, but he refuses to. He refuses to get any job.
Yeah.
They have to hire that person.
Yeah.
They're not going to.
Those are the positions where those more people with records do tend to find more opportunities.
Right, but are they also disabled? Right?
You're not disabled. You're just fat. You're not disabled. You're just a fat idiot.
Like I'm saying,
Well, this would hopefully be work at home.
Right.
I'm just giving one option.
but I'm just saying, like, if that job crosses my lap tomorrow, I'll take it.
I would apply to these.
No, you won't. You haven't applied anywhere.
These billion.
If somebody offered you a job as the president of the United States, you wouldn't take it. If somebody offered you a job where you were making $100,000 a day and all you had to do was walk 10 minutes in one direction, you wouldn't do it.
Quadrillion jobs.
I have. I'm telling you, I've done this exact thing in the
You've
last
applied
year.
for all of them.
No, I've applied for over a dozen, and I kept getting
that's
told the
nothing.
same thing, which is, dude, you're unemployable.
This man is literally Jerry from Rick and Morty. He is the sad worm.
Jerry from Rick and Morty. I guess so. Good comparison.
If you told me that I need to start flapping my wings and fly out of here, right?
we would agree that that's not a possibility.
She's probably right that you can't get most desirable jobs.
Not desirable jobs, anything.
There are 0 disabled felons with a job, according to Boogie. As of March, Boogie's been able to get the felony sealed. Oh, but now he's got a face tattoo.
He's not even disabled.
So it's still impossible to get a job.
Because you're on ground zero.
Because I'm going to have liar written across my face. That'll really help me get a day job, y'all.
Bro, 6'9" could get a job. He's fine.
I would not let you do it on your forehead. Your cheek, like underneath an eye or
He'll
something.
let 6'9" work at McDonald's when he needs to, eventually.
Forehead's too much.
It's still going to make it real hard to get a day job, but let's go.
He looks so fat in this screenshot. Jesus.
Well, you're not going to get a day job anyway.
You're not planning to get a day job, though. What do you mean now? Now you're going to look for a gig?
Isn't that what you guys have been screaming at me for years? Oh, it was done years ago.
You're just manipulating us now. You're manipulating us right now by saying he's never going to be able to get a job. You're manipulating us. You're manipulating us. You're manipulating us.
You're manipulating us.
Documentary
You're
where
manipulating
you can't
us.
get a job because you're a felon, because you're fat. And
He could easily make a lot of money by just doing TT Destination streams and let people rip on him for moolah. Yeah, of course he could, but he won't do it. All right, I think we went over that. I think we've probably seen enough of that situation. Good video by Willie Mack. Go check it out if you guys want to see the parts that I skipped over, or you just want to, throw him a bone or two for being a goated YouTuber.